White people become lazy, really, when they don't have that adrenaline rush of practicing racism in one form or another. That's what keeps them going. That's what makes them get up real early before anybody else gets up. If they don't have that, they have no incentive hardly to do anything. Now this is based on evidence. Even when they talk about going into outer space, they are looking for people. What people? Well, their folklore tells us. Look at Darth Vader. Darth Invader. Back in the 1930s, it was Flash Gordon looking for the clay people. Clay people meaning people made out of mud. That was in the 1930s. So it's always this thing, this driving force of racism. That's what keeps them going. That's their adrenaline. That's their cocaine. And if they can't have that, they don't see any point in being here. They have done everything else. All of the inventions. They could feed the whole world if they wanted to. With a snap of a finger. They don't want to do that. They like seeing people suffer. If the people are dark. They like to keep that pot stirred. Like to keep it going. They cannot deny this. In fact, they brag about it. Turn on any television set, that's what they're bragging about. They like to tear up things, build things up to tear them up. They know how to build things better than anybody. But they like death. They like to see things die.
These are the faces of hunger in Gaza, a crisis affecting hundreds of thousands of people in the besieged enclave, like this group of children at a soup kitchen in Khan Yunis, crushed by the crowd, pots clanging, begging for handouts. "I can't breathe," says this girl as she's pushed against a metal barrier. Others cry in pain, their bodies squeezed by the sea of human misery all around. Arms lifted in the air. A girl is pulled out, losing a shoe on the way up.
Necesidad, tengo deudas, quitar todos mis deudas, porque mucho me sacó el coyote, casi me sacó de 200,000. Por eso tengo que quitar esa deuda, tengo mucha necesidad para llegar al otro lado, para dar lo mejor a mis padres. Ellos no tienen nada y no tenemos casa, solo tenemos prestado ahí.
Mira lo que dice. Que tenga compasión y lo deje cruzar, que lo dé un apoyo, que los apoye, que de verdad venimos sufriendo, con 6 meses de sufrimiento.
continue to follow the breaking news on the crash of that medical jet in Northeast Philadelphia.
A Learjet 55 went down around 6 o'clock last night, shortly after departing from Northeast Philadelphia Airport with 6 people on board. Ring camera footage shows the plane descending before a massive explosion. A large fire burned in the wake of the crash, prompting a significant response from emergency crews. Vehicles in this area could be seen on fire. Police said multiple people on the ground were hurt, and we spoke with witnesses who detailed what exactly they saw in the aftermath.
There was a fireball, there was debris everywhere, there was people running back and forth, there was so much.
All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Madash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling them well. And salutations to the elect of Israel, those men and few women who believe and fear the name Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from JMS, Hawaii. Coming to you with another lesson, and it was inspired by a multitude of things, but particularly Tuesday's video with the bishops, with the apostle Gabar and the elder bishops of Connecticut. And Apostle Gabar had mentioned a scene from a movie called Needful Things, right? And it's basically this guy who played the devil. I want to say it was Christopher Plummer, but I could be wrong. But he played the devil, and he was like, yeah, I don't think it was Christopher Plummer, it was another guy. But he played the devil or whatever, and he sold all this contention within the movie just so he can get more people to basically go off so they be destroyed. And towards the end of the movie, he was salivating. He was salivating the destruction that he had caused, and he was crying, and he was singing that, he would listen to that song, Ave Maria, right? It's from Franz Schubert. It's a Franz Schubert song, right? And so that inspired me to do this lesson. It took me a few days to put it together because I've been under the weather. And so I might be a little slow moving around this, but you know, it just shows you that all of it, because like what's happening right now, the vast majority of the people of Israel, because I can't even call 2/3 our people right now, because they just off, man. And all this destruction is going to come to them as a surprise, but to us it's not, right? Because we warned the people. We've been warning people, from the apostles to the bishop elders to the brothers on down. We've been warning you. The apostles and elders been warning Jake about concentration camps, about mass incarceration of the tribes, of mass destruction of the tribes, mass destruction of the tribes. You know what I'm saying? All hell breaking loose, starting on the tribes, right? When you read the precepts, okay, real quick, because this Jacob's trouble is starting with Jake first, right? And it's going to start with those that know that they're Israelites, all right? Salakia. Right? This is the book of 1 Peter 4:17. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Because you got people amongst Israel feigning to be Israelites. They know that they're Israelites. They should know the name of the Lord by this time, right? Some of them taking the name of the Lord and his son for granted, basically as for naught, you know, substituting it with other names, misguiding and misleading thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, particularly millions probably. You know what I'm saying? So judgment going to begin at the house of Israel, those feigning to be part of the Lord's elect. But if it begin at us, what you think going to happen to the people that's not obeying the Lord, right? It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And these two are simultaneous. The righteous and the ungodly are synonymous with the elect and the 2/3. And so as you see all this hell breaking loose across the country, we showed videos early on in the video to kind of like stir your understanding. You got all these Israelites, they calling themselves Venezuelans and Colombians and Mexicans or whatever, Ecuadorians, Salvadorians, right? They Panamanians, right? Everybody they're trying to escape their country to come here to America because they believe that this place is the land of opportunity and true freedom, and that this man is going to have a heart for you. But Trump is in office. He's the man with the ultimate plan of the elite. And really, the ultimate plan of the elite is the plan of Yahweh Shai, right? That people are gripping themselves because they have nowhere to go, because they left their homes to come to America. And when he came into office, Trump, right, he turned off the faucet. Basically, the faucet that the previous administration turned on, he turned it off, right? So now in the face of mass deportation and mass anti-immigration is the tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's none of these other nations. Because right now that aim and focus is on Jake because of judgment, right? And this is all the beginning of Jacob's trouble, right? Because it's going to turn on those that live in America as well, right? You see all this devastation. Esau loves this. He plays in it. And I had showed a clip from this video right here from it's a cartoon characterization of Neely Fuller, and he spoke about that. You know, he spoke about how Esau, you know, he could fix things, but he don't want to. He loves destruction, and that's what made me it all start coming together. When you see that Needful Things, the ending of that scene where the God is playing Satan, he's sitting there, you know, laughing while everything falls to pieces, right? Because this man thinks that he's gonna reclaim his power after this makeshift collapse and destruction of this old system, right? Mainly the money system, the economic system, because the next system is to really entrench the whole world in a captivity, including the children of Israel that remain. Okay? But that's not going to happen. He's going to be destroyed, right? But the point of the matter is that all of this heartache and destruction, I mean, we got airplanes crashing in the ghetto, right? In Philadelphia, you had the airplane collision with the helicopter in DC, right? Planes falling out the sky left and right. All of that's judgment of the Lord, right? The scripture says every day doth the Lord's judgment go forth, right? Salaki, I want to go back to this. Every day does the Lord's judgment go forth. Right. This is the book of Zephaniah 3 and 5. Zephaniah 3 and 5. Okay. The book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5 says, the Lord, the just Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Right? The Most High don't do iniquity. He's righteous. So all his judgments are righteous. Right? Even if you think they're bad, but somebody died, somebody burnt up in an airplane, or migrants got put to death at the border, or coyotes took advantage of them. Guess what? It's all judgment. The Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And the unjust is the unjust of our people. All those so-called Latinos and indigenous people from the south that's coming up to the north, right, via these border entries and whatnot, they ain't right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Jake ain't right. And plus, they don't understand that America is about to be judged, right? They thinking that, oh yeah, this is the opportunity. You know, the woman was crying, She was like begging Trump. She's begging Trump for compassion. But they're not begging Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for compassion. You see? And they don't understand the Lord's judgment. Right? Judgment starts with the children of Israel. Then the Lord going to judge these other nations. Real quick, it's the book of Amos. Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And that punishment is an ongoing thing at this moment. And it's going to get even worse as the time of trouble approaches. And again, we're in the early throes of that. We're in the early throes of this trouble because we're not even a month in to Trump's entry into the office, and this man has turned his horns on Jake. All the faucets of support, the DEI, which they say the DEI didn't really benefit people of color like that, but you're the face of DEI. Like Elder Yashuamba says, they lumped you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans up with the happy people, all right? And they took all those things that were supposed to support you and give you a delusion of freedom and support and of access and of importance away, right? And it's going to get worse, right? The time of trouble is going to get worse, right? Because the Lord is judging Jake, right? But they can't see it. And the Lord is using Esau, the so-called white man, right? The physical counterpart of Satan on the earth to do it. Psalms 17-13. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bashar Shai. Disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Because the Lord, he can kill more than two birds with one stone, right? The Lord gonna use this man. He is using this man as the whooping stick to destroy Jake, right? To punish Jake, right? But then on a flip side, Yahweh Shai is coming to punish him. He's coming to punish Esau. He's coming to punish these super elite who sit up at the top in their plush estates, rubbing their hands like Satan at the end of needful things, thinking that it's all good. And it's not. All right? All of this judgment, all of this wrath that's approaching, the Lord got this man hard against Jake because the Lord wants that. Right? And this man knows that he has a short time to rule. So him knowing this, he's coming with that great wrath. He think it's him. Esau really think that it's him making these choices. He's here it is. And I got another video coming, Lord willing, about Trump the magician. Right? I saw a video last night. I hope I can find it again. But Amelia Abramovich, she said that Trump is the great magician. And he's the one that they've been waiting for. Because they really believe that this man is going to usher in the New World Order and it's going to stay that way. And it's not. But he is going to be the figurehead to rush it in. But he's just a figurehead. He's doing what the super elite want them to do. But the super elite doing what Yahweh Shai want them to do. And they don't know this. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. He has but a short time to rule. Right? He has but a short time to rule. And that rulership is about to be up. We could be delivered within the years. Right? It's that close. You know, I know we've been saying it. The apostles been telling us that, and we've been saying it, the same thing, but people don't believe it, but it's the truth. Because as you see the way things are going right now, it's going to get progressively worse at an exorbitant rate, at a fast rate. Right? Why? Because if it don't, right? Right? The book of St. Matthew chapter 24 verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, it's Yahweh Shai speaking, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, because this is all about the elect, right? Salvation is for the elect of who? Of Israel, Yasha'Allah, us, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, people that go back to us that look like the other nations, right? Israelites coming out of these other nations, right? Speaking different tongues, right? Looking like them heathens, right? But the Lord cutting this time short, because if he didn't, it wouldn't be nobody saved. Leave it up to Esau and his bullshit ass commandments of the Georgia Guidestones. They claim that they want 500 million people on the earth that they could control, right? Control the birth rates, control the who comes to the earth and who doesn't. Nigga, what? You ain't getting that kind of power, right? This man has been destroying the earth. All he does is destroy, kill, destroy. He don't bring people alive, right? Let me play this real quick.
So it's always this driving force of racism.
Right, and like Neely Fuller, he knew a lot, but he didn't know a lot, right? He didn't really understand why the so-called white man operates the way he does. He thinks it's about racism, and it's not. It's actually an ancient hatred that the Edomites have had against Jacob, us, the Israelites, right?
That's what keeps them going. That's their drug. That's their cocaine. And if they can't have that, they don't see any point in being here.
Right. This man has to be wicked. If he don't have that, he don't have no reason to live. Right? That's why the scripture says this in Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right? So this man, he does wickedness. He can't go to sleep without doing wickedness. He's plotting how to overthrow the just constantly. And then he gets sleep when he knows that people have been destroyed by his schemes. They covet fields and take them by violence, right? They covet homes, lands, and they take it by violence. It's not diplomacy. They're not living next to you, right? They're not having a conversation with you. They do it by violence in houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house and his heritage, and that's what this man does, right? He's the ultimate oppressor on his side. But the stick of the wicked is going to be broken. The staff of the wicked is going to be broken. All right. Isaiah 14:5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, and that's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to break this man's staff, and his rulership is going to be taken out.
Everything else, all of the inventions, they could feed the whole world if they wanted to, with a snap of a finger. They don't want to do that. They like seeing people suffer. If the people are dark, they like to keep that pot stirred.
Yeah, that's right. He said they like to see. He said they could feed the whole world if they wanted to, but they don't. They like to see people suffer. He says, especially if they're dark, right? So this man can't be a help to anybody, not to himself, and damn sure not to any of us of the tribes. Okay, because that's what this is how this man operates, right? And he's really working a desperate plan right now, right? This man he's in desperate mode. But again, all of this it's multiple things happening at once, right? It's not just one specific thing, right? This judgment is multifolded, but it's starting with Jake, right? All this hell that's breaking loose is going to start focus on Jake, and then it's going to spread. And then eventually Yahweh Shai is coming back, and bam, it's over. Now the kingdom of righteousness is in the world, right? Ain't no more starvation and dying and death for our people, right? You heathens, it's going to be your time now. And it don't matter if you didn't have an opportunity, you think you didn't have an opportunity to enjoy this world. It ain't yours to enjoy anyway, right? But as for our people, as for the children of Israel, that's why this is the time to seek the Lord, right? Because if you're not seeking the Lord in truth and in spirit, you're done out here, man. Right? Yep. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Right? But Jake don't want to hear that. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. See, the Lord, he's given Jake an opportunity to repent, right? You see all of this shit going on, all of these things happening. You would think that you would turn the corner and be like, you know what, man, these brothers on the corner from the elder brothers, the apostles, bishop elders, the great millstone, these brothers out here really talking and saying some spiritual high level words. Let me see. You done tried everything else. You done tried Trump, and he failed you both times, right? You done tried Esau, and he constantly failed you. You done tried all these idols of the world, and they never saved you. Jesus Christ never hopped off that cross and said, you know what, let me save you. You might have been high up or under strong delusion, thinking that Edomite image talked to you, but it hasn't. It didn't deliver you, man. And then y'all don't even know where the judgment's coming from. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? It says, come on, brother. Come on, man. Yeah, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Well, we know we call on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we're prepared to. Why? Because all of these years, all of this time, all of these lifetimes, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh through his son, Yahushai, was preparing us to evacuate this place that's going to be destroyed. And how are we going to evacuate? Well, through the chariots, right? Stepping away from this place first, starting spiritually, and then physically, the Lord is going to get us up out of here, right? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as a scourge for a man. And we're in the early throes of that. They're set for correction. All of these things that are happening, when you see plagues spreading and people dying and famine, starving, people are in anguish, right? Let's look up that word for anguish. I want to see the definition for that word for anguish. Okay? It says severe mental and physical pain or suffering. And that's exactly what the world is in right now. What are they sent for? They sent for correction. Scourges are sent for amendment, right? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? And that's Jake's problem. So you see all of these Jake, like it ain't like these people enter into this country or anywhere else that they're coming to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now, there are some elect people amongst them, absolutely. Absolutely. Those that get in and then they hear it, because America's going to be the great place of deliverance anyway. All right? All right? So the Spirit of the Lord is driving Jake to move up and come to this country. Right? They don't realize it's about to be destroyed. You ain't going to get 50 and 30 and 50 years here and see your children grow. You go to school and you get to speak that Spanish and, get to be in these enclaves and live in these small pockets. Little Venezuela, little Cuba. You ain't going to know, man. This place is about to be set on complete fire. Right? This is the book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So the Lord is going to pull up the great deliverances from the land of the north, which is North America, but also the Lord's going to deliver Jake from around these different places, in a world where we're scattered. And Howard Shah is going to bring us home, okay, to the land that the Lord gave our fathers. First, that land has to be destroyed, right? That's the reason why all that tumult is going to happen in the Middle East right now. And that's going to get progressively worse. So you got the time of Jacob's trouble. You got wars happening, rumors of wars. Actual Third World War is going to spark from all of this. Okay, you're going to have the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, the C-HIP, the chip happening, being forcibly mandated onto the whole world, right? All these things are going to be happening, and it's for judgment. People that take that chip, you're going to die. You're going to die death by pain, absolutely. Right? When I say people, I'm talking about the people of Israel, Yasha Allah, right? That's a fact, right? Don't listen to no fat, dreadhead nigga standing in the corner with a purple and gold shirt on with fringes on the bottom of it telling you that the chip is not the MOTB or that the mark of the beast is you living in sin in all its forms. Nah, nigga. I'm telling you, it's the chip. It's the MOTB. If you have eyes to see, you'll hear it. But the deliverance, again, the great deliverance is coming from here. And why is it a great deliverance happening? Again, because it's going to be Jacob's trouble. Alas, for that day is great. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It's even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? Who is the he? The elect of Israel. The elect man and the elect woman. Right? And child. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Right? So at that time, the ones that are written in the book is the elect. This is talking about Jacob's trouble. It's going to be a time that has never been on our earth. Right? And this is where we're at. And we're starting to see the contractions happen. Right? They start, they stop, they get heavy, then they get a little light, then they heavy into the birth. Right? And that's what this place is about to go to, man. So I just wanted to put this together. I hope you were edified. Again, pardon me if it was a little slow. I'm still trying to get better. But hey, shalom and on to the next, brothers.